15 Best Friends of Hungary. Number 15, Slovenia. Slovenia is a NATO and EU member just like Hungary, so they are all allies. But also the two nations maintain an overall good relationship, since they treat the Hungarian minority of Prekmurje fairly well, even if there are only about 6,000 ethnic Hungarians left within the borders of Slovenia. Number 14, Kazakhstan. The government's Eastern rapprochement politics recently resulted in creating and maintaining a great relationship with numerous Eastern countries, among them with the Central Asian states, mainly with Kazakhstan. Number 13, the People's Republic of China. Also as a result of the Eastern rapprochement, trade relations with the PRC improved a lot. It's always healthy to befriend the superpowers of the world, and the Hungarian government does just like that. Number 12, Spain. Spain is of course a NATO and EU member, an ally to Hungary, but our great relations with this nation originate from history. Spain always supported Hungarian independence, and many Hungarian volunteers fought in the Spanish Civil War. The Spanish state condemned the Soviet-friendly Hungarian puppet government after the 1956 revolution, and they still supported Hungarian independence. Also, our most famous sportsman Ferenc Puskás played in Spain for a long time. Number 11, Germany. Relations with Germany are not nearly as good as in the past, unfortunately. They used to be your number one ally for a very long time. The communist administration also maintained a very close friendship with the GDR. Nowadays the two countries are still trade partners, and a lot of Hungarians work in Germany. Number 10, the United States. The leader of the NATO, the USA, is an ally to Hungary as well. Relations weren't that good in the past, but after the communist regime had been overthrown, the two nations got closer and closer. Today we are trade partners, and our Prime Minister and their President maintain a great personal relationship. Number 9, Austria. We call them brothers-in-law. Historical relations are quite controversial. Yes, Hungarians invaded Austria, Corvinus occupied Vienna, the Austria annexed Hungary, and they tried to Germanize us with a bit of success. And they also crushed the Hungarian War for Independence in 1848-49. Even though these bad things happened, there was a so-called appeasement in 1867. And after that the two nations were living in peace as the Austro-Hungarian Empire until 1918, when the empire was divided. After that we remained good friends, and we still are. Number 8, Slovakia. This is kind of controversial, but I think that after many years of hostility, we can call the Slovakians our good friends. I don't even want to go into the long-lasting territorial and ethnic conflict between our countries. The point is that they are members of the Visegrad Group and EU and NATO, and we have become kind of reconciled recently. May time bring complete peace upon our nations. Number 7, the Czech Republic. After many years of hostility as well, we call the Czechs our good friends. In the communist era they were kind of frenemies of Hungary, but nowadays our relations are great. They are members of the Visegrad Group, EU and NATO. In 2018 the Hungarian Prime Minister said, our relationship with the Czech Republic has entered a new dimension. Number 6, Russia. During the communist era, the Soviet Union was Hungary's number one ally. After the end of the bipolar world, there was kind of a distancing between our nations, but nowadays we are maintaining an exquisite relationship with Russia again. It's not a secret that our government wants to get along with all the superpowers of the world, and to achieve that we have sent a lot of diplomats to Russia, and we even invited the Russian president to Budapest. Number 5. Finland. This is kind of a forgotten brotherhood between our nations, but we still consider the Finns and Estonians and smaller ethnicities in Russia our only blood relatives in the world. Even if there hasn't really been a conversation between the two countries recently, and Finland is really far away, blood will never turn into water. Number 4. Italy. Avanti ragazzi di Buda, sings the Italian. That's enough said. Our greatest supporter after the Great War, our greatest supporter during the 1956 revolution, and the greatest supporter of our politics still today is the country of Italy. Our relations are getting better every decade and we really adore them. Also, many Hungarians work in Italy. Number 3. Croatia. Our great relations with Croatia originate from medieval times. Hungary and Croatia merged in a personal union in 1102, which lasted very long until 1918. One of our greatest heroes, Miklos Zrinyi, was of Croatian origin. During the Yugoslavian times, Hungary was the main supporter of Croatian independence until the communist era. After that, we maintained kind of a good relationship with Yugoslavia, but after Yugoslavia had dissolved, we took the side of the Croats again. Nowadays we are both EU and NATO members, therefore allies. And Croatia treats the 14,000 ethnic Hungarians really well within her borders. Number 2. Turkey. We might have had some past conflicts, but today our relationship with Turkey is phenomenal. The Székely people are of Turkic origin, and there are even theories that Turkish people and Hungarian people are closer to each other than we had thought. Kurultai is an event organized yearly where representatives of Uralic Altaic folks come together to have fun and nurture traditions. The Hunnic leader and national hero in Hungary, who appears a lot in our mythology, Attila, is also a main character of Turkish mythology. Therefore the Turks consider us brothers, and so do we. Number 1. Poland. Polak végér dwa bratanki, ido szabli, ido szklanki. Needless to say more. Our friendship with Poland is notoriously good and we call them brothers, not even only friends. I could write a whole essay about our past relations, but I think it's enough to tell that there is a day of Polish-Hungarian friendship, the 23rd of March, and they are members of the Visegrad Group, EU and NATO, therefore an ally to Hungary, even if not just an ally.